I'm Sam Highfill from Entertainment Weekly. I am here at Comic-Con, joined now by the cast and creator of Legacies. Woo. We are live on Facebook, so send in your questions. We'll start with my questions. I want to start with Julie, because I feel like just the idea of this spinoff is something that like we've talked about for a long time. For you, when did this begin? Like, when did the idea of like, oh, there could be another show here first hit you?
Well, the world is something I've always wanted to do. In fact, I was just telling a story about how about a decade ago I pitched this world before the Vampire Diaries and nobody bought it. And then the next day literally sold the Vampire Diaries. And so it circled back over a nice 10-year period. But I started thinking about it as soon as we had babies on Vampire Diaries, when we had Saltzman twins and that kind of thing in a future. And I thought, well, how great, like, you know, do a little Degrassi, The Next Generation, might take Saved by the Bell, The New School, or what was the sequel, right?
The college years?
Yeah, the college years.
Right.
So when you say this world, you had the idea for this world, like a school? Is that kind of what you're talking about?
It was a boarding school for supernatural kids. Yeah, I did. Nobody wanted it then.
And now, made
it
happen.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's partly because Danielle was 8.
I was a fetus. So thank God no one
we
wanted
had to wait for her to
then
grow
because
up.
had to wait for me.
Yeah.
So. Here now though.
But I mean, Matt, I want to talk. This is obviously a world you were a part of for a long time. Was this just like, were you at all hesitant to get back into it? Were you like, did you miss Alaric so much you were just have to go back?
I can't get enough of Alaric. No, I mean, obviously, I think at the end of Vampire Diaries, everyone was sort of like itching to try something different, and when Julie approached me, it actually just made sense.
Yeah.
You know, because you get to a place where you want to work with people you love, you know, in a place that you love, with fans who love you and you love in return, and it just seemed like we had such a golden opportunity to stand up and do this trilogy, like complete this trilogy, and work together and bring this new take, this new world for the fans to enjoy. It was a no-brainer for me. So when we had lunch, she asked me, I was like, yeah.
And I always felt like Alaric was a character that never got as fully realized in the context that I wanted him to be in Vampire Diaries. Like, him as the mentor, the teacher, the Giles, you know, like that was kind of what he was supposed to be. And then we got sidetracked along the way and we kept trying to circle it back. But ultimately, as the kids got older, and there was no need for that kind of mentor protector character. And so now he gets to kind of live in the world that was kind of created for him, you know? It's great.
Yeah, which is great. Just to have that sense of completion, to see him in this new world is exciting.
It's not just him like losing loved
I
ones.
know.
No.
No one
The
date
long
Alaric
parade.
ever.
Stay away. His Tinder profile says, "Date me if you dare."
Danielle, like, what has this process been like for you? You joined this world, you're in a season, and now you have your own show. What has that been like?
It's very weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been overwhelming in the best way possible. I was just telling Julie yesterday. I was like, we were in the car together, and I had a moment because I like used to love the Vampire Diaries so much, and I don't know if you know this.
No.
Oh, okay. So when I was like 14, the summer before I was going into high school, I would like eat mango and watch the Vampire Diaries, and that was my life, and that's what I did for an entire summer. And so
Was Alaric your favorite character?
no,
Oh.
and so anyway,
underrealized.
Yeah. He is now though.
That's right. You have no other choice.
Yeah, he's definitely my favorite character. Anyway, so it was like a weird thing for me yesterday to be like, oh my God, I'm going to my first Comic-Con. Like, our show is here, and like I never thought I would be here ever in my life, like ever. And so yeah, it's been feeling real more recently, but it hadn't for a long time. And now that I'm here doing it, it's starting to feel like, oh shit, this is happening. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse.
I warned you. I warned you.
It was going to be me. I love it.
I'm from New Jersey, guys. Give me a break.
Okay,
so
we
great.
have a Facebook question. Let's see.
Julie, why did you
No. Angie Fong would like to know, will we see any other characters from TVD and or the originals?
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I have an open door policy that, I think that anybody's invited, we're going to keep writing them in. So if at the end of the first season you've seen no familiar faces, it's because they're all jerks,
Right.
who don't want to come back. But
Called out.
the record.
Called out.
but I think that there's, we're still in Mystic Falls. There are
Right.
still characters that lived to tell the tale, and who have now, all these years later. I mean, it's a good 12 years after the end of the Vampire Diaries. So it's, who knows what little Salvatore children are running around,
Yeah.
They're not yet students at the Salvatore School for the Young and Gifted, but maybe one day.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm excited about is your first spinoff, where you're in Mystic Falls for Vampire Diaries. You very much so for the originals, like new place, go to New Orleans. Now, like coming back, does it feel like you're kind of blending those two worlds? Because obviously Hope was on the originals, not Vampire Diaries. Is it kind of like a hybrid, if you will?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I would say that like Vampire Diaries was like the sort of the grown up teen beginning, and then originals was like the mature adult take, and now we're circling back to like the young, vibrant Mystic Falls in high school, coming of age kind of tone that we almost started doing Vampire Diaries and then didn't do. It just, the voice went another way very early on. And so this is like back to like fun, frothy, poppy, energized, great, not so much death, doom, and despair.
Yeah.
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 I mean, still plenty, but
Right.
like,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Still a
Balanced.
good. You need a bit. Tell me about this love story. I love a love story. I saw you talking about like writing about a new love story. What can you tell me?
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't call it a love story yet, because I believe that love stories are born out of, character interaction and chemistry and all that. But it is a love moment, and it's just a very sweet moment where Danielle's character does a very nice thing for a kid who's been sort of feeling, who's had a rough life. And she kind of opens his eyes to this world of magic that in a moment that is just really sweet and pure and simple and just made me feel really good. And it's been a while since we've gotten to feel good on these shows. We're just, everybody's dying and it's sad and
Crying, screaming, and like, yeah.
That's funny.
heads ripped off.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
made me feel alive in that way that like when Stefan and Elena first met in the
Yeah.
in the graveyard and like he plucked the leaf out of her hair or whatever, like it just made me feel yummy. Yeah.
Love it. How is Alaric as a father to teens?
I don't think he's a very good father to teens at all. No, I mean he absolutely loves his daughters, and I think he's at home in this role as the headmaster of the school, and part of the joy of this narrative for him is watching him manage the kids, and the various different relationships and the competitive nature that they have with each other, vying for attention and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you'll also see Alaric and his authority and his power and rallying the troops and being his best Professor X possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
What is actually the dynamic, the relationship between these two characters?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. We were just saying that we did a fight sequence the other day, and there's like we came back from shooting and they were like just so happy with what we had, and it's a lot of like I don't know. It's two very strong characters who have taken a very strange role in relationship to each other, which I can't reveal.
Sure.
But it's fun and it's interesting.
Yeah, so part of the relationship is between Alaric and his two daughters, and the great thing about their characters now is you get to see their personalities really emerge, whereas before they were always just like kids
Right.
and like little babies, and so you'll see their unique personalities emerge, and there's a bit of a dynamic with Hope because they're jealous
They
of the
ain't having it.
attention.
Yeah.
So you'll see sort of a Mean Girls dynamic play out with the. I don't know, is that a fair characterization?
Yeah. They just like, I mean, Hope. Alaric pays a lot of attention to Hope because Hope is very special.
Sure.
She is a tri-bred. She's the only one of her kind. She's been through a lot, and he kind of relies on her when there's incidents or recruiting moments, and so they're kind of, the good cop, the cops partnership, and the girls just hate it.
Yeah.
It drives them crazy
Yeah.
that dad
And
has like another teenage girl
Hope
that like
loves it. And
that-
that's the thing. Hope loves it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, Alaric's been a father to teens for like 20 years now.
yeah.
I know, it's amazing.
How does that make you feel?
Old. Old. I've been joking because when I first got the script, I was so excited to read it, and it was like when Alaric enters, like Dr. Alaric Saltzman enters 40s. I was like, Oh yeah, right. And there's
That's to accentuate the doctor. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's what- Dr. Alaric Sultan.
yeah, I became a doctor. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, there's a couple ageist jokes that she makes along the way about me being old and brittle, so it's good.
In the show?
Yeah.
Or in real life? Because I do both.
Both. She's a method actor.
By the way, we were just doing like the radio counterpart
Yeah.
of this, and we're talking about things that happened at Tigerland when Matt's first job, and he was talking about 1999, and he goes into this whole memory about his first acting job and how amazing, and she goes, "You guys want to know something funny? That's the year I was born." And it was like this like wicked little sparkle in her, and she's like waiting for the right moment to just drop
You're
it.
like,
Yeah.
I called her
good
a
for
terrorist.
you.
Yeah,
Amazing. All right, Legacies this fall on the CW. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
thank
stopping
you.
by. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, Facebook.